Hi, my name is Dr. Carl Truesdale, and I am a double board certified facial plastic surgeon, and I work in Beverly Hills, California. I perform facelifts, rhinoplasties, eyelid surgery, and much more. My job is one as an entrepreneur, a businessman, a husband, a father, but a surgeon who gets to transform patients' lives. Beyond the surface to me means the transformation and the journey that my patients go through. It's not about the external, it's not about the facade, it's not superficial. We are going to dive in to what makes my patients tick, a little bit about my life, and all the drama of owning and operating a practice in Beverly Hills, California. It's plastic surgery, but it's so much more. Crown Hair Institute is something that was born out of necessity. Patients would come into my office and they would ask me, "Hey doc, do you do hair transplants?" They knew that I did hairline lowering surgery, but sometimes patients just wanted more hair. And this made me think, listen, I want to get this skill set. I sought out some of the most expert people in the world and learned those techniques. We modified them to basically approach any patient with hair loss. And so I brought on Dr. Drummond to help build this business out with me, and we named it Crown Hair Institute. Yeah, I mean, credit to you, man, for basically like taking on a whole new skill set. Yeah. And honestly, it's a whole different way of thinking, dealing with the cosmetic patient versus like the patient who's coming in for an urgent care visit.
It's very different.
Very, very different thing.
It's very different, but I would say it's more satisfying. It's an interesting thing to see patients in regards to how they feel about themselves and how they look and what that does for their mental health, what that does for their physical health, which is responding to their
That's what I'm trying to tell people out here.
It's hard to explain until you are in it though.
I'm a facial plastic surgeon. Dr. Drummond is an urgent care doctor, MD, PhD at the highest levels, researcher, and doctor extraordinaire. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I knew he was here. He was actually on a TV show, Married to Medicine, he and his wife. So he was already Instagram famous, and I knew I wanted to reconnect with him after years and years of basically seeing his great success online.
So the way that Dr. Truesdale and I came up with the idea of Crown actually happened from a simple conversation. He called me up and said, "Hey, you know, how happy are you right now in your career?" And it just so happened to be that I was not very happy.
Because people discount what the impact is when you make someone feel better about the way they look. Yeah. It carries forward. I mean, these guys, these women who are coming to us, who don't have hair, who want hair, who've tried a bunch of things, who've been turned away by other doctors, and they're like, "Oh, we're having a great result." Yeah. Like that's, you can't pay for that, but you can pay for that.
I tell all of my patients, look, not everybody wants to look like me. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone wants to rock the bald look. Right. That's what I'm here for.
But you know, some of the best hair transplant surgeons are bald.
Absolutely.
So I called him up and I said, "Hey, doc, what do you think about hair transplants?" Now listen, Dr. Drummond is bald. And so his initial kind of rebuttal was, "What are you talking about? I don't need no hair transplant."
My personal relationship with Dr. Truesdale is really kind of a mix of big brother, but mentee in some areas and mentor in other areas. It's a great relationship. I've always been the type of person to think that no matter how successful you are, you can learn from someone else. And so while I would say at one point, you know, Dr. Truesdale probably looked to me for advice when it came to choosing schools, etc., when it comes to business, there's so much that I have to learn. And I've learned so much from really kind of following under his wing.
Good part for sure. Yeah, that's good, man.
I think we're at a good spot, and it's only growing from here, man. It's only growing. Hello.
Hey.
All right.
Check me out. You ain't seen me in months.
So our first patient here at Crown Institute is Abia. Abia came to us with a situation of balding on the sides that she says is part genetic, also partially due to some of the hairstyles that she was wearing. She feels that those hairstyles continue to pull out hair on the sides, but she says she's also always had just a little bit of that balding. And she's here today for her 1-year follow-up. My goodness, hold up, let me grab this real quick.
Yes.
Wow.
From G.I. Jane to...
from G.I. Jane to...
No, to no edges to... Because I was a straight balderdash.
Listen, it was. Did you just say balderdash?
I was a balderdash.
I cannot with you. I've never even heard of that before.
Yeah.
But that's what you were. Months later, how do you feel?
Oh my God, I feel excited. I'm amazed because, like I told you when I initially came in, like I didn't have no edges, and I've been suffering and dealing with this since I was little. So for me to be able to put my hair in a ponytail, wear a high ponytail, wear my hair however I want, like, come on now, it's priceless.
Oh my gosh.
So as my practice has grown, things are busy here in the office. On certain days when Dr. Drummond is here doing hair transplants or hair transplant consultations, Nurse Jess is here seeing patients, and I'm here seeing consults or doing in-office procedures, we're bumping into each other. It's not enough space. All right, take a look, man. Made a ton of progress, so we're this close.
Yeah.
This close. I was able to build out a new office. Part of that is going to be an operating room. It's going to be my own private, accredited operating room. I will no longer need to rent space from another surgeon, which means I'll be able to basically make the experience my own. It's going to be comfortable, it's going to be top of the line, it's going to be beautiful.
I wouldn't even be able to do it, you know. I don't take up that much room, so man.
Yeah, so, but we'll go, they said finish the inspection because the inspection's in like 2 days.
Okay.
And then uninstall it and put a new one in, but.
We're gonna be ready to move in weeks.
Oh, no, we get possession next week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, next week, possession.
Yeah, so things are going well with Crown, man.
Yeah.
It was basically, it's been a year, basically. So from thought of inception, like, hey, let's take care of these people.
Right.
To trained up, operational, and growing.
Well, you know, a lot of that is because we were moving on Truesdale time.
Right.
Truesdale time. All right, so everybody thinks about Dame time. No. It's Truesdale time, okay?
If you think about time compression, if you have a set of emails and you want to have a meeting and you set a meeting for that meeting, it can take weeks to accomplish what you can really get done in a day. Truesdale time is the embodiment of that idea. Basically, we're trying to get things done. Well, I love you too. That's awesome.
We can do his hair now. I think we can do his first haircut.
Right.
It's getting pretty long.
You guys wouldn't let me cut his hair before the party.
I know, just in case.
Neo, we're gonna do your first haircut.
First haircut.
First
Your hair is
haircut.
getting so long.
Here we go, sir.
Love your curls. You've got such nice hair, Neo. Wouldn't it be so nice? Make it easier for us to style.
What are we doing over here, sir?
So our next patient is Miss Tammy Cornelius. Miss Cornelius came to us with concerns about her hair loss that she had started to notice a few years ago. Hey!
Hi, how you
doing? I'm doing good.
I'm doing well as well. My name is Tammy. I live in Long Beach, California. Married for 24 years. I work with the city of Long Beach, and my husband and I, we like to travel. I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were talking about my hair. I was, losing my hair at the top. And so she had found Dr. Drummond and Dr. Truesdale in December of last year, 2023. I went ahead and did the surgery, and now this is June, and the results are just wonderful, phenomenal.
And tell me a little bit about what you've experienced over the last couple of months. I know there's probably a little bit of a time when you had to listen to me when I said trust the process. Tell me about what has that been like?
In the beginning, it was like, what, do I see something? What's going on? And it's like I finally started to see the hair, the process.
Yeah.
And I started to trust your process.
Trust the process.
And the hair, it's growing and it looks great. And every time that I looked up there and seen something up there, it just makes me happy.
So for Ms. Cornelius, we did a procedure known as the FUE, or follicular unit extraction. With this procedure, we use a small device and we remove individual follicular units from the back of the hair. That's called the donor area. And we remove those, we place those into the area where there is thinning, and that is called the recipient area. She had approximately 2,000 grafts that were removed from the donor area and placed into the area of concern. Now, 6 months later, her results are phenomenal. Well, you have your hair for your vacation. You're at 6 months now. Yes. Just wait till that 9 months and then 1 year comes in.
I can't wait. I can wait, but I can't wait.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. My hair is very thin, and I was getting a lot of weaves, and that those weaves were pulling my hair out. So I think the doctor said it was tension alopecia, and so it was just always taking my hair out. Every time I did it, I could just start seeing, less and less hair.
One really special thing about Crown Hair Institute is that we see and treat a lot of different types of patients, including skin of color and curly hair. This basically poses a very challenging problem for most hair transplants because curly hair is harder to do. And a lot of patients would come to me and say, listen, doc, I want a hair transplant, but other surgeons would turn me away because they did not want to deal with curly hair. So we serve all types of patients with hair transplants, and because basically this whole population has not been served and it does not have access or knowledge about certain medications that improve or diminish hair loss, we've wanted to create one and develop one of these. We've been giving and writing prescriptions for these patients with a customized set of ingredients that we feel really promotes hair growth. And I'm not just talking about any kind of oils. I'm not talking about any kind of roots. I'm talking about real serious medications that are proven to improve hair density, quality, length, and growth. And so we're excited about this, but it's a whole lot of work. This is a whole other business. Basically, we're starting a business for hair transplants. We're starting a business for plastic surgery. We're starting a business with a build out in an operating room. We're starting a business with a nurse injector course. We're starting a business with a product for hair loss. We're doing it all. It's exhausting sometimes, but it's a lot of fun and it's super rewarding.